Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it as always. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I am collabing with a good friend of mine, fellow YouTuber on here, Dustin Hunter. He is an OG of YouTube and he is one of my very good friends in real life. And I am super excited. We're both going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Alyssa Edwards palette, and we're both going to be creating a unique look for this palette. So if you want to check him out, I'll be leaving a link down in the description box below for him. And I'll also be leaving a link to his channel right here so y'all can see his look, check him out, subscribe, like his shit. He's really good. I think y'all will like him too. If you've never seen any of his Anastasia Beverly Hills reviews, like makeup looks or whatever, I love the way he says Anastasia. So every time you hear me say the word Anastasia in this video, you're gonna hear his voice. It's just for fun. It's gonna be hilarious. I laugh, I smile every single time he does it. I gotta go check him out. He's just really funny. Whenever I was thinking about how I wanted to do this look, I definitely wanted to have very fresh skin, very glowy skin. I wanted it to be a little bit more modern, a little runway, a little rough around the edges, maybe a little bit grungy. I used some different products than what I usually do. I mean, most of it's gonna be what I usually use, but a lot of it's going to be different, and I think y'all be interested in the products that I use, especially for the highlight. So if y'all want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching.
Here we go. Prepare, commence, beat down.
So I already finished the base first, and what I used to prep was the Watts Beauty 100% hyaluronic acid. I use this every single time. Y'all know if you watch my videos. And then for a little bit of shimmer, like underneath the foundation, I use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is the liquid form in the shade Pearl. And I just used it on the upper parts of my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, down the nose somewhat, and then a little bit on the Cupid's bow and the chin. And I think I used it down here as well. And over top of that for foundation, I used the L'Oreal Pro Glow. Y'all know this is my absolutely go-to. I wanted my skin a little bit more porcelain today. Since I'm going to be going in with a very strong eye, I wanted something a little bit, I don't know, I want the eyes to be the focal point, and I want the skin to kind of just coordinate with the eyes a little bit. For concealer, I used the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Fair Neutral, and I wanted it to be a little bit brighter on the center of my face, so I just dotted it right here in the center, and I also used it as an eyeshadow base. For bronzer, I used the Black Radiance Press Powder. This is my absolute favorite. As you can see, I need to repurchase, but this is in the shade Bronze Glow. Very good bronzer for light-skinned women and men. And then for brows, I wanted to go with a more dramatic brow, a little bit darker, a little bit more bold. So I used the CoverGirl. This is their Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Soft Brown 710. So as you can see, it's got a really nice fine tip there, so it allows you to get a lot of precision, and then it's got a good strong spoolie. I prefer this over the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Nowadays I used to use Brow Wiz all the time. No more. I use either the CoverGirl or the Collab. Those are my go-to brow pencils at the moment. So now for the best part of the video, in my opinion, we're going to be going in with the brand spanking new Alyssa Edwards palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Look at this pretty pink color. I just love it so much. So whenever you open it up, this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Super bright. This is the most neon packaging I have ever seen in my life. I put these earrings on thinking that I would like try to match the colors on the inside. This is the brightest palette I have ever seen, and it makes my earrings look like they are super snoozers. So but that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going for bright. We're going to be going for fun. I got inspired from a picture I saw on the internet. I'll include the original like artist name in the description box below because I can't remember what it is right now. But yeah, we're going to be going for bright, bold, fun, and let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be going in with the shade Headliner first. And it's a really matte, like a bright white color. And surprisingly, if you can see this, it does not have any chalkiness or like fall down with this color. I'm super surprised. Because if y'all know Anastasia Beverly Hills, you'll know that their stuff can be quite chalky. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it a little bit below the brow bone here, and then blend it into the crease color, which I don't have any color on top of that, but it's going to be where the crease color, the transition color is going to go. So the second shade that I'm taking is the shade Supreme. And if y'all know
Anastasia,
Beverly Hills, you'll know that they have lots of colors like this in their palettes, but it is a very like a warm kind of a orangey brown shade. And I already put a little bit on my eyes already. I'm just kind of taking it big and bold. You see how like bright and fun that color is? But I'm taking it right underneath the brow bone. So this is where my brow bone, the white is. And then I'm taking it up high here because I want my eyes big. I want them like big and bold. I'm just going to say real quick, I'm actually very surprised by this color. The shade Supreme in the palette, it looks just like any other color would. It looks like so many other colors that
Anastasia,
Beverly Hills has put in their palettes. But whenever you put it on the skin, I'm actually very surprised because it comes out very tangerine. So it's mild, but it is more orangey. It's actually very pretty and very unique. I haven't seen very many shades like this color. So I'm changing up my brush and I'm going in with a more angular, dense brush. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to go in with the shade Unicorn Tribe. And I'm just going to kind of put that a little bit below the transition, like the tangerine color. And as you can see, ooh, this color is pigmented. Let's see. We're going just underneath that tangerine color. It's a little bit brighter than I thought it would be, but that's okay. So I went ahead and changed out my brush. This is just a MAC 217. And I think this one will be a little bit more equipped to deal with the pigmentation of this color. And once again, I'm just gonna kind of pull this color out and push it up a little bit. A little patchy just right here in the crease area, but that's because of my old ass eyelids. So, but really and truly, it was very easy to blow out. It's just a very easy blend and I have no complaints over it. So I think the MAC 217 is a much better option instead of this, not that one, instead of this synthetic brush. So the next shade that we're gonna go in with is the shade DDG. And for that, since I have a feeling that it's going to go on probably better with a sponge tip applicator than a brush, that's what I'm going to use. So just an old school sponge tip applicator. And we're just going to be putting this all over the lid and we're going to work it up into the crease. Oh. Okay, so scratch that idea completely. This does not work. Fingers work with the shade DDC. It is almost like a pressed glitter in a way whenever you use it with the sponge tip applicator, but whenever you use it with your fingers, it goes on a lot more smooth and it has like a really nice iridescence to it. So yeah, don't listen to what I said before. Just block that out. It did not work. DDC is a really pretty color, only if you use it with fingers though. So the next color I'm gonna be using is the shade Texas Made, and I'm just gonna go over this purple just a little bit, just in the tiniest bit, just add a little definition. And I'm just gonna kind of put it like right here. Just whenever I open up my eyes, you can kind of see that color. This is going very 80s. Oh, that's a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. Oh, wow. So I'm just taking that Texas Made color and I'm putting it right here into the brow a little bit, and I'm just going to bring it a little bit into the bridge here. It is making it a little bit more 80s than I wanted to go, but that's okay. 80s are great. For the inner corner, I'm going to be going in with the shade Beyond, and it is a very bright, like super shimmery, it's just a really pretty pink color. That's all I'm trying to say. Really pretty pink color, and I'm packing it on with this like really dense shader brush, and we're just gonna go in really heavy-handed right there on the inner corner into the bridge and up into that pink a little bit. So for the lower lash line, we're going to be going in with the shade Believe It, and that is this really deep dark matte purple there. And I have kind of like a, it's not really a dense shader brush, but it's just like a flat, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all are not makeup beginners. And I'm just packing it on the brush a little bit. I'm going to knock off the excess, and then I'm going to run it right on the lash line And then I'm going to bring it down pretty low. I'm just going to take it to the outer corner and just meet that blown out area right there. And that other DDC color. Or DDG color. Whatever. Definitely looks like I got punched. So with the eye being a little bit more dark than I like, I want to add some really pretty color to the lower lash line. So for that, I'm going to be using this MAC. This is their chromographic pencil in the color High Def Cyan. Cyan, whatever, however you say it. And this is a really like pretty cobalt cyan color. And I'm just going to put it right there in the lower lash line. And I'm just going to kind of drag it down a little bit into the lashes, just to brighten up that purple. All right, I'm going to go finish the other eye and I'll be right back. So I was going to use a pair of lashes. I was going to go in with the Moxie Lash Baddies. These are the magnetic lashes, and I just bought these and got them in the mail a couple days ago. This is like their newest version of the magnetic lashes. But I think it looks a little bit cooler and a little bit more like runway if I don't use lashes. And I'm also not going to put it underneath the lash line, the bottom lash line, because I want that blue to really pop and make my eyes pop. So just going really heavy-handed with the mascara on the top lashes. Almost a little kind of, I don't know, grungy, if you know what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to put blush. And since I'm going with a really like cool tone look, I'm going to go in with, this is the Lancome Cushion Blush to Teal in the shade Splash Coral, which is basically a kind of an orangey coral. Very, very like pretty, I don't know. And it's going to stay with the whole dewy, like fresh skin look. I'm just going to put a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones. This also has a little bit of shimmer in it as well. So it's going to stay with the whole vibe. Okay, for the lips, I think I'm just going to define them a little bit. So I'm going to use the Boots number 7. This is the shade 20 Nude. And I'm just going to give them a little bit of shape, but not a lot of color. Honestly, I just overdrew my lips like crazy with this nude color. And then I'm going to go in with this smudger brush. This is the Lip Blur brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to kind of go around the edges and blur those lines. Just kind of like where you can't see where the lips begin and end. And I think the final thing that I'm going to do is add a little bit of gloss to the face. So this is the MAC Gloss Cream Brilliance. I don't know if this is discontinued or not, but I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand. So about that much. And I usually don't like to wear gloss, but I think we have to wear a little gloss. And just for good measure, I'm going to add a little bit to the eyes. Oh yeah, I did it. And then one last thing, I'm going to add a little bit of white, bright white right there to the inner corner. All right guys, this is the finished look. All right guys, it's going to do it for this
Anastasia
Beverly Hills Alyssa Edwards palette look in collaboration with my good friend Dustin Hunter. I want to say a huge thank you to him for collaborating with me in this video. Please check him out. He is super, super talented, so funny, and I think that you will find him very interesting, as I do. He's a really good friend of mine. I'll put a link right here for you to find him, as well in the description box below. Please check him out. I think you're gonna love him. He's just awesome. And I have to say, I really enjoyed using this palette. I didn't find any kind of problems with it besides using this one with the sponge tip applicator. All of the other shades are very pigmented, very easy to blend, a little bit of patchiness with the Unicorn Tribe shade. But besides that, everything else was good. I had no problems with the shade Headliner. The Supreme was perfectly fine. Unicorn Tribe, like I said, it was a little bit patchy, but otherwise blended out fine. DDG, once I used it with my fingers, it was perfect. Texas Made is OMG, so pigmented. You're going to be really surprised about how bright and pigmented it is. It was just beyond. And then the shade Beyond was so good. So easy to apply with a really dense brush. It was very, very pigmented. No problems whatsoever. And then the shade Believe It. It goes on a little bit darker than I expected, but I had no problems with patchiness. It was just fine. So really and truly, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades that I use, I really only had issues with the Unicorn Tribe, and it was very, very minimal. I think Alyssa Edwards brought something to the makeup world that we really needed, and yeah, I'm super stoked with it.
Let me get a good look. Let me just sit like this and feel, relax and feel. Relax, press your shoulders down, long neck, and feel something. Look into the camera and feel. What do you feel?
I feel beautiful.
That's all that matters, baby.
Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all having a fantastic day no matter where you are in the world, and I'll be seeing y'all very, very soon. Bye. Like, they have YouTube videos where people and they're popping like abscesses that are in their mouth. Have you ever seen those? Oh man.
Girl, I'm eating a burrito.
Oh. Okay, I'm using it with my fingers and it's much better. Much better.
I think that's the thing about those honest dogs, your palate. They like a good finger.
They do.
They like a good finger, girl.
Walk up to the door and come inside. Clothes on